Well, Joe Rogan is talking about Jesus again. And it comes from an unlikely character on his podcast, Kid Rock. Now, I have very little in common that I know of with Kid Rock, other than I grew up about an hour or so where he grew up. But I was still shocked to see how bold he was in defending the existence and the reality of Jesus Christ. He claims he's 1,000% sure Jesus existed and you can know Jesus. Let's give this clip a listen.
You can go back in time once and survive and come back to the future. Where would you go?
Jesus.
What if there was nobody there?
Even better. I get them all myself? Just me and Jesus?
No, I mean, what if Jesus wasn't there? What if you go back and you're like, I just want to go see Jesus? And you're like, oh, okay. What time?
He's there.
Do you think there's a real Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely?
Absolutely. 1,000%.
What makes you convinced?
My faith.
I mean, that's a good answer. So you think the real truth was that he actually was the Son of God?
Yes.
It'd be amazing if it was true.
It is amazing.
I believe you. I believe that you believe that.
Would you like to be introduced to Jesus?
Listen, I think the concept of Jesus is absolutely amazing. If Jesus came here and wanted to visit me, I would be psyched.
Would you like to know Jesus?
In what way?
I can put my pastor on your show.
I'm good.
She's great. Pastor Paula White. She's Trump's spiritual advisor, too.
Oh, that's
you should have her on the show. Talk about Jesus.
I'm very interested in the idea of Jesus being a real person.
You know how you know Jesus is real right in this moment?
How?
Because the forgiveness that I am exercising by drinking this Bud Light right now.
Oh, that's Jesus?
That's Jesus. Jesus is everywhere. He's in this room. He's in the world. He's in the universe. By the aliens that you want so desperately to be real or have the concept of them being real, that's Jesus. That is Jesus. As a Christian, I have to believe in forgiveness.
Explain it. You're saying how you feel.
Jesus and God are everywhere. They're everywhere. Yeah. Every time you look at a flower that blooms, or you look at one of your children, you're like, that's Jesus.
Now, before I go into speaking about the things that I disagree with in this clip, which are a few, I'll speak about the things I agree with. First, I'm glad that Kid Rock can speak so confident about the existence of Jesus. He's 1,000% sure that Jesus exists and that you can know Jesus. In fact, I was shocked to know that the place he wanted to go to, if he could go back into time, was the time of Jesus. I was also glad that Kid Rock said, do you want to meet Jesus? Do you want to know Jesus? I can introduce you to Jesus. And I thought that was impressive for someone to say to Joe Rogan. But as well, Kid Rock is right. We see Jesus in creation. When we look at a flower, when we look at his creation, people. And that is directly from God's word in Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There's no speech, nor are there words whose voice is not heard. Their voice goes out throughout all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. In them he has sent a tent for the sun, which comes out like the bridegroom leaving his chamber, and like a strong man runs its course with joy. Its rising is from the end of the heavens, and its circuit to the end of them, and there's nothing hidden from its heat. And there we see from Psalm 19 that God's glory, God's existence, God's majesty is seen in the heavens, all through creation. Creation reveals that Jesus Christ exists. Now, there's a few things that he said that I absolutely do not agree with. I am not a fan of Paula White. She preaches what we call a prosperity gospel, even an easy believism. And I'm also, of course, not a fan of Bud Light and drinking beer. And I'm not a believer in aliens, and I don't think the aliens prove Jesus' existence. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that this conversation about the existence of Jesus is happening on one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Thanks for watching, and God bless.